The desert. Miles of empty sand and rock, scorching heat, almost no water. Nothing survives here without serious adaptation. So when the zombie apocalypse hits, most people flee to forests or farmland. But what about the desert? Could one of Earth's harshest environments actually be the safest place during a zombie outbreak? Welcome to Survival Theorem. Today we're examining whether deserts are brilliant survival locations or death traps with a different kind of threat. Zombies might not thrive in deserts, but can you? Let's find out. Let's start with the obvious advantage: extremely low population density. Deserts are empty. The Mojave, Sahara, Arabian Desert, they're characterized by sparse human habitation. There's a reason. The environment is too harsh. But during a zombie outbreak, emptiness is your advantage. Zombies come from people. No people means no zombies. New York has 27,000 people per square mile. The Mojave has less than 1 person per square mile. When infection spreads, it spreads where people are. Deserts, the infection barely reaches there. You could be 50 or 100 miles from the nearest zombie. That isolation is safety. You're not fighting hordes. You're alone. And alone is safe when everyone else is infected. Second advantage: harsh conditions limit zombie effectiveness. Zombies are deteriorating corpses or brain-damaged living humans. They don't maintain their bodies. They don't seek shade. They don't hydrate. In a desert, that kills them fast. Heat degrades tissue. A zombie in 120-degree heat experiences rapid decomposition. Muscles desiccate. Skin cracks. Within days or weeks, desert heat reduces zombies to immobile husks. Dehydration affects living zombies. In desert heat, dehydration kills in hours. UV radiation damages exposed flesh. Cold desert nights create temperature swings of 80 degrees. That thermal stress breaks down tissue. Zombies that reach deserts don't last long. The environment kills them. You're not fighting an endless horde. You're fighting a dying threat that's eliminating itself. Third advantage: visibility and defensibility. Deserts are open. You can see for miles. No forest to hide in. No buildings to lurk behind. If anything approaches, you see it from far away. That's early warning. You can position on elevated terrain like mesas and observe everything in all directions. Complete situational awareness. And defensibility is easier because approaches are limited. If you're in a canyon or on a mesa, there are only certain routes enemies can take. Fourth advantage: no competition from other survivors. Most survivors go where there's water and food. Forests, farmland, rivers. Those places become contested. Survivors fight each other. In deserts, there's nothing worth fighting over. Nobody else is there. Raiders target areas with people and supplies. Deserts have neither. You're off the map. You're forgotten. That's safety. So deserts offer isolation, environment that kills zombies, visibility, defensibility, and no competition. Sounds brilliant. But here's the brutal truth. The same environment that kills zombies kills you if you're not prepared. Problem 1. Water scarcity. This is the fundamental desert challenge. Humans need a gallon of water per day minimum. In desert heat, you need 2 gallons or more. Where does that come from? Deserts are defined by lack of water. Rainfall is minimal. Rivers are rare. If you go to the desert without a water source, you die within days. It doesn't matter that there are no zombies if you die of dehydration first. You need either access to a natural spring, which are extremely rare, or equipment to drill wells, which requires tools and knowledge, or massive water storage that you constantly refill from dangerous trips outside the desert. Most people can't solve the water problem. That's why deserts are empty. Problem 2. Extreme temperatures kill. Desert heat routinely exceeds 110 degrees F, sometimes reaching 130 degrees. Direct sunlight causes heat stroke within hours. Without climate control, without constant hydration, without proper shelter, you die. And nights are brutal. Temperatures can drop 40 to 80 degrees. The temperature swings mean you need both cooling and heating capability. That's complex and resource-intensive. Problem 3. No food sources. Deserts have minimal edible vegetation, some cacti, some plants with seeds or fruits, but it's sparse and seasonal. You can't sustain yourself on desert plants. Animals are scarce. Small rodents, reptiles, birds. But they're hard to catch. Hunting expends more calories than you gain. You need to bring all your food or have pre-positioned supply caches. Once those run out, you're starving. Problem 4. Lack of shelter materials. Forests have trees. Cities have buildings. Deserts have sand and rock. Building shelter from desert materials is extremely difficult. Without proper shelter, the heat and cold kill you. You need insulated, ventilated shelter that protects from sun and retains heat at night. That's engineering most people can't do. Problem 5. Isolation cuts both ways. Yes, you're away from zombies and hostile survivors, but you're also away from resources, medical care, potential allies, and information. If you get sick or injured, there's no help. If you need supplies, there's nowhere to get them. Break a leg in the desert? You're dead. Appendicitis? Dead. Snake bite without antivenom? Dead. Any serious medical issue kills you because there's no hospital for hundreds of miles. Problem 6. Mental health deteriorates. Living alone in a desert is psychologically devastating. Humans are social creatures. Isolation causes depression, anxiety, paranoia. You're staring at empty landscape day after day. No human contact, no stimulation. Your mind breaks. Let's walk through realistic scenarios. Prepared desert survival. You own property with a well, solar power, underground shelter, years of food stockpiled. When the outbreak hits, you're already there. You have water, shelter, food, power. Zombies never reach you. You survive for years. Success rating: 8 out of 10. This works with extensive preparation. Unprepared desert evacuation. You flee the city into the desert thinking isolation equals safety. You have a few days of water and food. Within a week, you're out of water. You try to return to civilization for resupply, but it's overrun. You die of dehydration. Success rating: 2 out of 10. You're dead. Desert compound with group, a small group of 10 to 20 people at a location with a spring or well. They have tools, supplies, skills. They maintain water access, grow some food in greenhouses, defend the location. They survive, but it's difficult. Success rating: 6 out of 10. Possible, but hard. So when do deserts actually work? Condition 1. You have a sustainable water source. Well, spring, or equipment to access aquifers. Without water, don't try. Condition 2. You have pre-positioned supplies. Food, tools, medical supplies, fuel. You can't rely on desert resources. Condition 3. You have proper shelter, underground or heavily insulated, climate control or passive temperature management. Condition 4. You have skills, water management, desert survival knowledge, medical training. Condition 5. You have energy, solar panels, generators, battery storage. You need electricity for water pumps and refrigeration. Get all 5 and desert survival is possible. Without any one, you die. Here's your strategy. Pre-apocalypse preparation. If considering desert survival, prepare years in advance. Purchase property with water rights. Build underground shelter. Install solar power. Stockpile supplies. This isn't a plan you execute after the outbreak. This is decade-long preparation. Immediate evacuation. If evacuating to desert when outbreak starts, you need a specific destination with resources already there. Driving blindly into the desert kills you fast. Water as absolute priority. Every decision revolves around water. Where is it? How do you access it? Water is life. Everything else is secondary. Temperature management. Shelter underground or in caves during extreme heat. Plan activities for early morning or evening, not midday. Food strategy. Bring all the food you'll need for at least a year. Supplement with hunting if possible, but don't rely on it. So here's the final verdict. Survival rating: 6 out of 10 if prepared, 1 out of 10 if unprepared. The pros: extremely low population means almost no zombies. Harsh environment kills zombies faster. Excellent visibility and defensibility. No competition from other survivors. Off the radar from raiders. The cons: water scarcity is the fundamental killer. Extreme temperatures deadly without proper shelter. no natural food sources, lack of shelter materials. Isolation means no backup. Medical emergencies are death sentences. Psychological toll breaks people, requires years of preparation most people don't have. The bottom line? Deserts are viable only for those who prepare extensively in advance. For the average person fleeing the apocalypse, deserts are death traps. The same emptiness that protects you from zombies kills you through dehydration, temperature exposure, and starvation. The smartest desert survivors built their fortress before the apocalypse started. They spent years preparing. When zombies came, they were already safe. If you're not one of those people, don't go to the desert. You're trading zombies for a slower, more painful death. That's the survival theorem on deserts. They're the safest places in terms of zombie threats. They're the deadliest places in terms of environmental threats. And for most people, the environment wins. Stay alive.